Alright, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is. And this evening we got an up-and-coming individual, man, that's making some huge waves within the hip-hop community, man. Especially out there on the West Coast, man. You know, this individual needs no introduction. His name is JFamiliar, right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hope everything is all well on the West Coast, man. I just saw that California actually opened back up, man, so congratulations on that, man. It must feel good to get back to normal life.
It actually does, man. Everything is moving well now. I mean, you know, they still making us wear face masks and stuff, but I mean, hey, it's just to keep us all safe. So at the end of the day, hey, it's back open. We ready.
Hey, man, it's the best way to be. I was looking at some videos, man, and seeing a bunch of concerts. It got me actually sitting back missing concerts myself, man. I'm like, shit. I forgot what that feeling feels like. Cause down here in Canada, we're on we go by stages, so we're just going into stage 3. So the venues are just gonna start opening.
Oh, that's gonna be dope. That's gonna be dope, man. Ain't nothing like a live concert, man. When you soaking up all that great energy, man, all the sounds, the systems, just everything, the lighting, the people, just everybody, man, the culture, you know, different races, man, hip-hop is amazing.
But I want to take you back to the beginning, man, of your amazing career, and I have to ask you, man, what actually made you decide to get into the music industry initially?
Man, honestly, man, my father used to have these turntables inside of the house when I lived in Cypress, California, man, and he used to go and, you know, DJ and just play all the time, you know what I'm saying? So I used to just go there. I used to be in a room with him 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, man, and just going hard. You know what I'm saying? Just listening and going hard. And then next thing you know, he started showing me how to write bar for bar. I'm like, wow, this is easy. So when I would be in class and everything in 3rd grade, I just like, 2nd and 3rd grade, I just like, man, forget what everybody's talking about. I'm up in everybody's music. So I started falling in love with it. So when I was 8 years old, I had a chance to make one of my first songs in my career. And actually what happened with that was my auntie used to take me to the studio. It was in Hollywood. It was actually with Warner Brothers. So I used to be chilling with the Backstreet Boys, man. I used to be chilling with the Baywatch crew. We used to be in there just going hard. Like every time after elementary, I used to just go in there and just go hard. Just go. Like I leave from school and go straight there. And that's where I just began to soak up all the energy. Like this is what I want. This is what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And ever since then, I just been on my journey. You know, I made my first video about 8 years. I was 8 years old when I made my first video, and I just loved it every since. So now I'm just, you know, I feel like I'm in the right place where I'm supposed to be, and I'm actually getting where I want to be, as far as, you know, getting all that exposure as all the work I've been putting on. Soon everybody will see.
And I gotta ask as well, man, you know what I mean? Because I think every individual that grew up in the 90s, man, you know what I mean? They listen to at least one Backstreet Boys song, you know what I mean? People will deny it, but at the end of the day, everyone knows they at least have. And I gotta ask, man, what was it like just being a young age actually hanging out with the Backstreet Boys, man? Because back then, they must have had women just all over them, man.
Oh, man, I'm not even gonna lie. It was women everywhere, but at the same time, you know what it was like? They made me feel like a star today because I was a kid. And they would be like, man, this kid is crazy. Like, how you learn how to do this? You know what I'm saying? So it made me feel good. It was good to hang with them, man. They'd just be sitting there chilling, just watching me bust my flows. And every time I come, you know, my auntie would bring me up in the office. And, man, we would just go hard together. And next, like, man, this cat is crazy. Like, man, how you learn how to do that? My auntie was like, man, I told y'all. It was fun. It was fun.
And they probably looked at you as well, kind of like as a version. Like Nick probably looked at you like kind of like a version of his little brother Aaron. Because I know back in the day, you know, Aaron was doing the whole like singing and performing and whatnot at a young age as well.
Correct. Yeah, they used to have these little they would wear these little jean jackets, and they had a shirt with the jean jacket pants and the boots on. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy.
But also as well, man, in September 16th of 2020, you actually did a phenomenal collaboration with the one and only Mr Lee on the song Wide Open. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners how yourself and Mr. Lee got connected, and of course, where can we actually snag ourselves a copy of this single today if we haven't already done so?
Man, you can get the copy on YouTube. You type in featuring JFamiliar, J-Familiar, Wide Open. And honestly, me and Lee connected. This is DJ Mr. Lee is actually Cisco and Drew Hill's official DJ. So he just had started getting interested in making beats, and he was making beats and everything. So one day he just found my page on Instagram, and he was like, "Man, you dope." So I'm like, "Man, you think so?" So he just started sending me tracks like, "Hey, can you record to this? Can you record to this?" So what I did was, every time I write something, I wrote something the first day. So after I wrote something the first day, what happened was, I went and I would send it to him in a voice message, and he'd be like, "Man, your cadence is nice. Like you dope with this stuff." So I'd be like, "Man, okay, cool." So he challenged me. He said, "Hey, can you write a song for Cisco?" I said, "Yeah." So he sent me a beat to write a song for Cisco. So I wrote the song and I wrote the hook and I sent it. It was actually featuring Fat Man Scoop as well. So I had wrote it, and he was like, "Man, I'm about to send this to Cisco." So Cisco heard it. Cisco was like, "Man, this is dope. Where you find this dude at, man? You know, this is dope." So I'm like, "Man, what I say?" He told them, like, "Man, I don't know this dude. I just found him on Instagram. He's from Compton, California. You know, like, man, he dope. Like, I want to work with him." So Cisco, like, "All right, man, you should work with him." So next thing you know, we end up putting together Wide Open, and he heard Wide Open. He was like, "Man," and I got another song called NASCAR featuring DJ Mr. Lee. I haven't dropped it yet. That's gonna be for the summer and the girls. It's gonna be the girls. They're gonna be twerking to that. It's called NASCAR. But anyway, he sent the songs that I did, that I had wrote. He sent them to the guys in the Bay Area, Fat Man Scoop and them, and they were like, "Man, this little kid is nice. You know, I like him." So next thing you know, we set up a big old session. We had blocked it out for like 8 hours up in what was that? Woodland Hills. So we went there. We recorded the show, and he loved it. He hooked me up with my boy Free Boogie. Free Boogie is like a director behind a lot of people that you see. The Baby. I'm talking about man, Ray J. Just all type of people in the industry that he works with. So we end up doing a video to Wide Open, and it did what it did. So we working on that right now. It's gonna get bigger and bigger.
And I gotta say, man, that's really cool that you had the opportunity to actually just create a song for Cisco, man. Like that's phenomenal. Like, did he actually use that on an album or anything like that?
Actually, right now we still haven't even used it because he got so much going on with the smoke black dragon that he putting back together with Drew Hill. So we haven't even got to that yet, honestly. So that's just on the table right now. But the song is crazy.
I gotta say, man, it's most definitely gonna be lit. Just thinking about it, man. You know what I mean? Because like I said, you're such a talented individual, bro. So just your work mixed with Cisco's, I don't even know if hip hop can handle that shit. In my personal opinion, man, that's gonna blow up.
Honestly, I didn't even know I could do it. I have a brother named Bobby Love, man, right? And he's signed with Chris Brown. He's a Chris Brown writer, right? So what happened was they sent the song to me to give to him. I'm gonna be honest. They said, "Can your brother write a song, for Cisco?" I'm like, "Man, hold up." I said, "Yeah." I said, "But before I just shoot it to him, let me try." So I stayed up till like 3, 4 in the morning. And I'm writing to this song. I'm like, "Man, I gotta come up with this hook. So I started thinking how I used to be in the studio with my brother when we go, how long we just sit in the studio and he'd be working. So I started tapping into his atmosphere. And I ended up writing a song, and I sent them that hook back, and the dude was like, "Wow, like, this is dope. But we still want your brother to write stuff for Cisco, but damn, this is dope right here." You get what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's how that came along. So I didn't even know I could do it. It just happened. I just tapped into what I knew and what I seen and what I was around.
And I gotta say, as well, man, your brother's a very, very talented individual as well, man. You know what I mean? I definitely heard of him, man, and I love the work that he did for Chris Brown, man.
Correct. Yeah. He go hard, man. He go hard. He teaches me a lot, too. That's my mentor. Shout out to Bobby Love Compton.
And I just gotta say as well, man, I noticed that not too long ago, man, he got into an accident, but I saw that he's actually getting back up on his feet, man. So definitely shout out to him, man. Right there is a huge inspiration to everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, man. He gonna keep going. He gonna keep coming, man. And there's gonna be more in store. Blessings all the time.
And also as well, man, as you already know, we got connected through Teddy Ballgame, man. I was wondering, how did yourself and Teddy get connected, man? And what is it like having him as a manager, man? Because he is such a phenomenal individual, man. Definitely an individual that I suggest any artist get with if they have the opportunity.
Man, shout out to Teddy Ball Game Theaters. If they don't know, they gonna know. That's all I gotta say, man. He behind a lot of stuff, a lot of production, executive producer. Man, my guy is dope. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Teddy is my relative. That's my blood relative, man. And how we connected, we been family for a long time. But how we connected, my mama hooked me up with him when I was young. And a lot of people used to tell him like he know how to rap. Like, he know how to rap. But he like, man, my dad and EG was like best friend. So my dad, you know, my dad rapped as well. So he's like, man, your dad hard, but can you really get out? I'm like, yeah, I can get out. So he took me to the studio one night with Sugar Free in Hollywood. I was probably like 14, 13. It's the first time I ever met Sugar Free, man. And we in there, Sugar Free working on his album. We started taking pictures together, man. It was crazy. It was phenomenal in there, man. So Ted started working with me. Ever since then, he started working with me. So then when I turned about 18, he took me to a studio, and this one Ted really like, damn, this dude is fire. He took me to a studio. I was near YG, Glasses Alone, Joe Moses, Compton AD, shout out to all of them, all my people that I got love for on the West Coast. I was with them, and they made me get on the mic and freestyle. I was sitting there, I was acting shy, and I'm like, man, they're like, man, go in there and spit a freestyle. So they put on 50 Cent. I think it's called I Can't Get Nothing. I think it's called Laughing to the Bank. I think it's some Laughing to the Bank or whatever. They put that beat on, and I smashed it. 5 minutes straight, no paperwork, no nothing, just went hard. And that's when Ted was like, man, dude, you dope. You dope, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is something that you got to stick to doing. Are you ready? And honestly, I wasn't ready at a point in time. You know, I was, but I wasn't able to walk through the fire. I was scared of what was in front of me. I didn't know what I was walking into. It came so quick and nice, and it was like unbelievable. And I bagged out a little bit, but you know, he stayed by my side. He's still working with me, and man, he blessing me, and we gonna keep going.
And also as well, man, on October 28th of 2020, you actually released the album titled Route 92. And I have to ask, man, what was the creative process behind that amazing album? And of course, do you actually have hard copies for the old school individuals that really do still love that CD format?
Man, honestly, Route 92, man, that came off of, the year I was born, 1992. Route 92, I did that with my producer called The Bad Guy. You gotta look him up, The Bad Guy 1. That's my guy. He used to work with Death Row Records, man. My uncle had hooked me up with him. So, man, we would sit in the studio for hours. I'm talking about, like, I would leave work, because I would work, I work an 8-hour job. I would go straight to him right when I get off, As well, I have my daughter, my family, my wife, everything, you know what I'm saying? I just have to keep grinding in every area, every area that she was going paid off. So we'd just go in there and just work. He'd just send me all type of beats. He'd just send me all type of tracks, and I would just sit up all night, write to him, and then I'd just go and block out in the studio. It'd just be me and him. Just me and him in the studio, man. And that, I was working with that was nice because it was all live instruments. And shout out to my boy, I think I got somebody else on there. No, that's no title. That's no title.
And I gotta say, man, just in my personal opinion, man, phenomenal album, man. I sat back and listened to it from start to finish there, man. And I just gotta say, absolutely superb, man. I just want to give you your flowers, man, and say that album is phenomenal.
Man, I appreciate that, man. I ain't even know you listened to it, so that's making my day right now. I ain't gonna lie. That's a blessing.
And honestly, brother, my favorite song that you actually did, man, is actually NASCAR. That is actually featuring DJ Mr. Lee. But I was wondering, man, if you can tell our listeners a bit more about this phenomenal release. And of course, man, like, what made you decide to actually make a song based upon NASCAR racing?
Man, honestly, the way that I did NASCAR, it was crazy. Like, that's the song that called DJ Lee Mr. Attention. It was wide open in NASCAR. I did NASCAR, and it was like, when I heard it, it just came to me. Like, when I write, it's either, I try not to overthink. I go with the flow. So I tap into the atmosphere as soon as I hear the song. Boom, tap into it, get to it, you know what I'm saying? And it took me days and days to write my verses. I take my time when I write my verses. I take my time. I don't rush. Whatever come. And if I want to go back and edit, I'll come back and edit. That song that gave me inspiration, man. I just heard it. It was like, hey, fast like a NASCAR. She a freak, but that's how it goes. It's like, man, it all went together, man, and it came out nice. And I'm gonna be dropping it soon. Actually, I'm gonna do a video first. I think before I drop it, I'm gonna do the video, and then I'm gonna drop it with the video. So right now, I put it on Instagram as the teaser, but I'm gonna drop it when I do the video. I'm gonna just drop everything all together.
Cause I gotta say, man, when I heard that teaser, man, I sat back and I was like, "Oh shit," you know what I mean? Like, I really enjoyed just that teaser, man. So I'm excited for that full release, man. I think it's definitely gonna blow just hip hop away, man. I'm definitely gonna place that in the station's rotation when it does actually get released.
Oh, everything, man. I really can I can release it right now, but it just, when it comes to this marketing, man. The thing is this: I have released so much music that's really good. But because I didn't know the marketing plan at that moment, and I was just releasing it and looking for everybody to support me, and it don't happen like that. Everybody not gonna support you, but that don't mean stop. You know what I'm saying? So I will put it out there. But now what I know is like, and what Teddy teach me and Bobby Love teach me from from the people that mentor me and show me the game. It's like when you do this stuff, you gotta do it right so you can get it all. You can get everything out of it. Don't just drop it. You know what I'm saying? Because then you ain't going to get all the attention. Or, you might got a hit song. But if you don't market that song right, it ain't going to be a hit song. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it goes. That's how I think it goes. So that's kind of what making me feel like, okay, I got to come up with a plan when I do this. You know what I'm saying? I got to be at least noticed for this before I drop this. You get what I'm saying? But that song, I'm for sure dropping that in the summer. I believe that all the pool parties are going to be playing that. You making me want to drop it right now, tonight.
Hey, man, you know what? Me personally, I'm not going to complain, but I think the way you said it about marketing as well, man, is probably the best strategy.
Exactly. And that's what I'm learning. And that's what I'm learning. I believe that's the way to go in this hip-hop industry, especially when you're doing it, with just you and your team, and you ain't got no label behind you. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to push it like that if you want it to come out right. Be patient.
And also as well, man, this year in 2021, you were actually featured on Sugar Free's group therapy project. I was wondering, man, because I do know you actually told us a story of how you guys actually met, but what was it like just actually working with Sugar Free in the studio, man? Because, you know what I mean, with both of your guys' work ethics together, man, it must have been such phenomenal energy.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to be truthful with you. That song right there is Future, is Sugar Free is Future. I'm Future on this album. But Sugar Free, he didn't put a verse to that one right there. But I have been in the studio with Sugar Free and worked with him, and that boy is crazy. That man is crazy. Hey, I've been on tour with Sugar Free, and that man, this is the first time I ever seen, and I really noticed this in this industry. If you really want it, you got to be shares like this man. He had the whole studio equipment with him, and we took it to the hotel. We was up to 7, 8 in the morning working. After we just left the show, making some money. I said, this man is crazy. But being featured on this was an opportunity, and I was blessed to get the opportunity. I think I'm the only one on there that that probably got my own solo song on there. Everybody else has an actual song with him, but me and him got something in store, something a little bit bigger than that. I can't tell you though.
And I just want to let you know as well, man, I actually have that song lined up to actually be playing here on the radio station right after our interview, man. So the people that haven't heard your music is definitely going to get a taste of what you bring to the table hip-hop wise this evening.
Man, they got to check out that West Coast style, man. Chances life is a gamble. It really is. You know what I'm saying? You might hit, you might miss, but you don't quit. Remember that. You can't. There's no way in hell you could, because if you quit, you just might miss your opportunity. I can't miss mine. I can't miss it.
And also, man, as well, you actually had the opportunity to actually film a music video for your song Chances, man. I was wondering if you, because I believe it's already out, but if you can, let our listeners know a little bit more about the story behind that music video, because I noticed every music video always has its own story.
Man, Chances. Hey, I ain't even dropped Chances video yet, honestly. I just gave him a little bit teaser. I'm going to drop it soon, you know what I'm saying? That video was crazy, man. It's like, my boy Free Boogie, shout out to Free Boogie. He dope, man. Like I said, he did Wide Open, So we got the models together. He always bring the models for me. Everything, man. So what we did, we got like a casino, mafia style type. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty dope. Suited up, strip cars involved, money, gambling table. it's a lot. It's just basically like if you ever been to the casino, that's more of that. That's more of the look. That's more of the whole little imagination. Far as chances. That's more of the whole thing that's going on. So I mean, it's dope. It's dope. I haven't dropped it yet, but I will be dropping it. I'm thinking about dropping it next week. Right now, I'm just doing a little bit of advertising. But when you do look for that video, all you gotta do is type in JFamiliar JFamiliar and Chances. It's gonna pop up. JFamiliar Chances featuring Sugar Free on the Group Therapy Hour. It's gonna pop up.
And I gotta ask as well, man, what is next for yourself, JFamiliar, man? Is there anything we missed? Anything else you still want to talk about or promote while we still have you here live on the Canadian radio station airwaves?
Man, honestly, I'm about to tell you all this, man. I'm dropping a song and video every 30 to 40 days for the rest of this year. So be ready. That's what I'm doing. I got 2 EPs. I'm working with me and Teddy Fizz ball game. Teddy Ball Game Fizz. We working on the EP right now. I'm working on that as we speak right now, man. I done did about 6 or 7 songs already, so I'm picking. Then I got another EP that I'm working with this guy from Sony Records named Fats. He's an audio engineer at Sony Records, man. So he hooked me up with this producer. He's sending me beats right now. We putting this together. So I'm going to be dropping EPs. That's what I'm going to be doing, dropping EPs and videos, man. Then I got Compton Gutter doing some filming for me as well right now. We finna film this song called Side Chick. That's the first one we're doing. Then the next one we're going to do is Overtime. Then the third one we're going to do is going to be Adios. And then the fourth one is going to be Red Cup, Blue Cup. We got so much coming for the rest of the year, and I'm not going to stop.
And also, Jace, this is the time in the interview, man, that I give a chance for the individual that slides into the radio station airwaves. Just a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to. But most of all, man, your social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay updated on everything JFamiliar if they're not already doing so.
Man, if you guys ain't already doing so, I'm going to tell you like this. All you got to do is follow me on @J_FAMILIAR, the number 92. That's where you follow me at for my Instagram. My Facebook is my regular name, but Instagram is really what I use, as far as right now for my marketing and everything. That's the main place you can find me. You go to my link tree at the bottom of my business and booking, where it says Teddy Ball Game Fizz, and you're going to be able to tap into all the YouTubes. You're going to be able to tap into everything I have going on right there.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, man, thank you so much for just taking the time out of your busy evening and sliding into the Canadian airwaves this evening, man. It definitely was an honor and most definitely a privilege just to welcome such an amazing, talented hip-hop artist like yourself, man. I just want to give you your flowers, man, and say thank you for making that dope music. And if you keep making it, we here in Canada, we are going to keep spinning it.
Man, spin it for me, man. I got more for you. And you know what? I'm going to do you a favor since you're going to keep spinning. I'm going to give you NASCAR. I'm going to give you NASCAR, so you're going to be the first one to get it and release it. How about that?
Hey, man, that works for me. Like I said, man, if you send it, I'm going to spin it, man, so you already know what to do.
Okay, I got you. I really appreciate you guys for having me. I want to give a shout-out to my team, Rock House Media. I want to give a shout-out to Teddy Ball Game Fizz, Bobby Love, my boy Fats, my other producer, D-Bag Guy. I want to give a shout-out to everybody that support me, my family, my children, just everybody, the whole Compton, the whole West Coast, the East, North, and the South, wherever you at.
But I gotta say, man, again, thank you so much, and definitely, man, have yourself a wonderful night, man. Hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Let's get to it. One blessing.